I've been putting this off for a good little bit as well. Seven Deadly Sins episode 6. I really didn't want to talk about this episode because, of course, I came back a little late and really, they kind of been dragging their feet about putting out the sub version of, or at least putting up the subtitles for this episode. And really, as much as I like this episode, or at least as much as I like this anime, there have been, you really gotta wonder. I mean, like, for me, I see this as just your average run-of-the-mill, like, 90s anime. And I know that I've said that before, but it's a bit difficult to talk about this episode because, of course, we know that Meliodas is necessarily very, very, very strong, and that is proven when he takes out one of those holy knights of the prison with no fucking effort. The same thing can be said for Diane, and the same thing for Bond as when Jude, the Holy Knight, when he tried to like step up to him and say that, well, now he got cocky over the past five years, saying that I was the one who did this and I was the one who did that. When honestly, if you think about it, if Bond is strong enough to kick down a fucking door on his own in 5 years without moving, being fucking tortured, and honestly he has not eaten in 5 years, you really have to take it down a peg to say that this guy is strong enough to destroy this entire place, even if he wants to. Just on a whim. And guess what? Him and Meliodas do when they meet and they fucking do the arm wrestle of death and they fucking break the entire fucking building with a force field around it that is said that 10 dragons trapped inside couldn't even break. And they want to fight these people. That makes you really wonder, like, why is it that they're trying to fight them for? Some stuff like that. I mean, like, the mystery's still there as to who killed Gilthunder's father, or at least, like, the mystery's still there to say, like, that what led somebody to frame the seven deadly sins for them to break up and be apart for 10 years, which that is the interesting part. However, there is something at the end of this episode which I do kind of like, is the fact that when the shooting star is going on, they do show other members of the seven deadly sins, which is the case of them showing King, and I can only assume, aside from Gilthunder, that the other 3 people that they shown were other members of the seven deadly sins, which is a pretty interesting thing. However, going into our next episode, or at least going from what after the credits show us, there is something interesting going on with King, and he's not necessarily dead, or at least at the very least, you would assume that he's not, because he's floating around and people can see him, or at least that he is indebted to somebody, or at least he owes somebody something. So there is a reason for him still being around. So that is a very interesting thing. So that is what I do have to say about that. What do you guys think about this anime? Do you like this episode? Do you hate this episode? Please tell me down there in the comment section. Please share this on all of your favorite media sites, and I'll catch you on the next Jongravesshow. So please keep watching anime, keep playing video games. I'm out.